This is For What It's Worth, the world's first Mary Worth podcast. Sam and Eric use coarse language, and if you are offended by coarse language, please save yourself some trouble and cover your ears.
So take the photographs and still frames in your mind, hang it on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos of memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth it all the while. It's something unpredictable, and in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life, and this is For What It's Worth, the world's first and only Mary Worth podcast. My name's Sam.
And I'm Eric.
And, like rats fleeing a sinking ship...
Yes.
we come to you today to say that the podcast is over.
It's coming to an end.
We're done.
And it may sound like we're joking, but no, we're wrapping it up.
We like to have some fun on this show and make up ridiculous scenarios where we talk about killing each other and we get into fights, but we're serious. It's done.
Yep. It's just been... Well, it's taking me too long to edit. It's taking me several hours per episode, even though it may not sound like it. But...
Well, and this guy works like an animal on this podcast for hours, and I do basically nothing. So it's absolutely unfair to Eric, and I'd like to thank you, Eric, for doing such a good job.
Well, thank you very much. It's been a lot of fun.
From the bottom of my heart, I thank you.
Oh,
come here. All right.
But yeah, it's just if you heard the podcast before I edited it, and then afterward, you would think I'm a crazy person, because I spend a lot of time just editing out like noises that are going on in my room and all kinds of things.
I always throw out at least 4 racial slurs that he has to catch and edit out.
Probably, yeah.
It's because I'm a disgusting racist.
Anyway.
No, I'm not a racist. I'm just misogynist. But yeah, can we give him the other news, Eric?
Oh yeah, sure. Go ahead.
So, no more podcasts, but we are still going to be updating about Mary Worth on our Tumblr.
Yes, you can still see us say words about Mary Worth, and it'll probably be pretty much the same thing, just without us, our beautiful voices.
Our angelic voices ringing out over the internet like a child's song.
Because this is going to be something we're going to be doing anyway, because we read Mary Worth anyway. Because we can't escape.
We're trapped. No, we started doing the podcast because we talk about Mary Worth anyway, so we decided to just record it.
Yep.
But so fwiwcast.tumblr.com. Eric and I will both be contributing to that. And we'll just talk about the strips.
Yep.
That's it.
Hopefully it'll still be funny and you'll still visit us.
Yeah, we're also going to do stuff on the Twitter too, so twitter.com/fwiwcast. That'll still be going on. So, there you go.
So you want to talk about the other news, Sam?
Oh, yeah. Well, Eric has been hired by a secret division of the Marines. And he is going to be leading a team that is dedicated to locating and exorcising the ghost of Osama bin Laden.
Yep.
Apparently he was not wiped off the earth completely. So they need somebody who is trained in dark magic and necromancy like Eric to go take care of this.
I'll get it done. Don't you worry.
You're going to finish this fight, Eric.
Sam has been having trouble differentiating his dreams from reality. Every
Yeah.
time he try to record a show, he makes me pinch him. So, and every time I do, and he starts pinching me back harder, and calls me an asshole.
Eric, I just need you to give me a little pinch to make sure I'm not dreaming.
Damn, it's not a dream. All right.
I'm like spinning a top on a table and staring at it, and it's really hard for me to tell what's real and what's not.
That's a dreidel on the top. And second of all, just because my head's made out of doesn't mean you're dreaming.
Oh, speaking of dreidels, did you hear the other news?
What other news?
I won't be able to record the podcast anymore because I'm moving to Israel to live out the rest of my days with my Jewish brothers and prepare for the rapture.
Oh, well, that's a nice cause. That's...
Well, yeah. Plus, I bet Israel's a pretty chill place.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Nothing's going on. Nothing's going on there. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's a great vacation spot.
So, let's go. What else is going on in your life here, Eric?
Well, as you know, but I'll let everybody else into this. Sam told me that he'd like to continue recording the show, but his vocal cords are slowly growing and emerging out of his mouth like a fleshy trumpet. And every time he speaks, it sounds like, makes those horrifying noise. Oh.
It's incredibly painful and embarrassing.
Yeah.
I have to go have a procedure almost every week to have the fleshy bugle trimmed down.
Oh boy, so it's like kind of like a hippopotamus's tusks.
Yeah, it's much like a hippopotamus tusks. or a beaver's teeth. They always have to be eating wood and stuff.
Ugh, gross.
To keep their teeth from growing right through the bottom of their mouth. Another reason that we're ending the show is because, unfortunately, Eric was tragically run over by a drunk driver, and he died.
It's very sad.
That drunk driver was me, and I am not even sorry.
Oh, I wonder why we're ending this thing.
We've got a lot of issues going on, so,
Also, every time we record a new podcast, Sam insists on battling me to the death.
Oh yeah,
we're both
kick your ass.
And fortunately, we're both too chicken to kill one another, so we just choke each other unconscious and wake up later confused and having really bad headaches.
Yeah, it's really a struggle to go through that every week, but it's just something about getting into the studio with Eric that just makes me want to beat his head against the floor until he stops moving.
Look at this guy.
Ugh. I'd fight you right now if we weren't already recording.
Yeah, but I had a big breakfast and I don't know. I don't feel like
it. Also, how's your move to Tokyo gone?
Oh, it's going fine.
You see, we were using the podcast originally to sponsor Eric's stock car racing career, and Q Feature Syndicate was not a very reliable sponsor, because they've been cutting Mary Worth out of newspapers all over the country. Yep. So, our buddy Eric here, being the enterprising young man that he is, abandoned his friends and his family and his country, and he plans to make a modest fortune racing a souped-up and heavily modified.
Yep, that's the technical word. Yep.
I'm not all that into racing, but a modified car in illegal street races in Tokyo. So good luck for you on that, Eric.
Oh, thank you very much. Also, the Sam has abandoned modern society and decided to live out the rest of his days in a ramshackle cabin in the middle of the woods on the edge of a filthy lake. He lived there for several years, hunting in the woods and fishing to gain sustenance, but eventually succumbed to lead poisoning because he ate too many deceased fish out of the lake.
Yeah, It was a rough death for me, to be honest, dying cold and alone in the woods. I didn't have internet access anyway, so we couldn't record the podcast while I was doing all that. So at this point, we're famous race car drivers, Lovecraftian monsters with flesh trumpets, and we're both dead.
Yep, pretty much. That's the long and short of it here.
So, Eric, would you like to real quick thank some people who made this podcast what it is?
I would love to. Well, I'd like to thank, first of all, Wanders for linking our podcast on his Mary Worth blog.
Yeah, he's at maryworthandme.blogspot.com. He posted our very first episode ever on his blog, and a lot of people came over and watched it from there. Which was fantastic. So thank you, Wanderers.
Thank you very much. I'd also like to thank some of our longtime listeners.
Listeners?
I'm turning into Scooby-Doo, but here we go.
Zoinks.
I'd like to thank our longtime listeners, Shiny Ryuk.
Shiny Rick, thank you.
Posted there from the very beginning.
I think the first comment we ever got was from good old Shiny Rick.
Yep. And then we also have Bartek, who posted the web comic about our thing, our podcast.
And Bartek has retweeted nearly every episode since he started listening. So go to becausehuman.com. I think that's it. Just look up Because Human on Twitter. That's where he is. And go read his stuff. That'll give you something to do when you're not listening to our dumb show.
I'd also like to thank Stuff and Thingification, another long-time commenter.
Thank you, Stuff and Thingification.
Another one I forgot about is Kefka Jr. or something.
Oh,
or
yeah,
something
Kefka Jr.
Something along those lines. I forgot your name, sorry.
It was Kefka Jr., and it was the first time I've ever spoken from somebody from the anime dimension.
Yes.
Wasn't Kefka a character in Dragon Ball Z?
Yep, he was the big villain in Dragon Ball Z, and he had a funny laugh. And it was crazy.
Strangely enough, Kefka was also in Tenchi Muyo in a strange crossover episode.
Oh.
So.
Oh dear.
So there you have that. Anime jokes, everybody.
But in that, he was a weird, rabbit cat that turned into a spaceship.
Oh, yeah.
I was very confused.
That's right. And then there was a character that was either an alien or a demon.
But it's the same thing in Japan, I think.
I think that...
Did you know that the word for demon is the same word for alien in Japanese?
Oh, what's the word?
It's, kimchi, I think.
Ah, kimchi, yes. Jesus.
Alright, do you want to thank some people?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Patrick and Jonna. They always liked us on Facebook.
Yep.
We got Facebook likes from Bria and Chris and Craig. Craig retweeted us a lot and liked us on Facebook, so that was cool of him.
Yep, thank you.
Oh yeah, our new fan from last week, Doug. We didn't thank him because we didn't put up an episode. Thanks, Doug. Show's over.
Sorry.
Nothing to see here, pal.
Sorry you caught on the tail end there. Oops.
Here's the thing, Eric.
You can read our blog, though. Good enough.
Yeah, you can read our blog. That's fine. Here's the thing. This is the way podcasts work. The last person to like the podcast on Facebook is the one that has to take over the podcast after it's over.
It's sort of like the Highlander.
We just dump that shit right in your fucking lap, Doug. Enjoy.
Yeah, enjoy, Doug. You're your dumb dog and the igloo.
Now, we've thanked all of our listeners, and we're very grateful that you guys listen to the show.
Yes.
But we're saving the best for last. We're going to be thanking some celebrities.
Yep.
We got you regular jack-offs out of the way. Now we're going to where the money is.
Going to the big show. Big time here.
I'd like to thank the Aquabats for not suing us for using their song Sequence Erase as our theme song.
We never got caught.
We never got caught. It was the perfect crime. So remember, everybody, if you want to illegally use somebody else's music for your own purposes, go ahead and do it, because there's not a goddamn thing they can do.
Who cares?
I'd like to thank the Robot Beach Boys, who are not actual people. I know this entire time you've believed that. In reality, the song was written by the real Beach Boys, the human Beach Boys.
Yep, it was all a ruse all along.
We tricked you into thinking they were actually Robot Beach Boys, you dumbasses.
You dummies. You crazy so-and-sos.
You fish out of waters, I don't know. But they wrote a song called California Girls, and then some guy made it into a MIDI in like 1992, and we used that as our closing theme.
Yep.
And most of all, I would like to thank Karen Moy and Joe Gilia. I think that's how you actually pronounce it.
Pronouncing right for the thank you.
We have been poking some fun at their work
For years.
For years. But I don't know what I would do if I if I did not have their comic to read. I'd probably read some stupid shit like Gasoline Alley.
Ugh.
Fuck that. Mary Worth is where it's at.
Yay! We love Mary Worth.
Eric and I are part of a Mary Worth themed street gang, and we're about to have a rumble with the Gasoline Alley street gang. But thank you, Karen and Joe, for years of entertainment.
Yep,
and
thank you very much. We love you.
And especially thank you to Joe, because he used to draw Batman comics, and that's cool.
Yes. Thanks for drawing Batman. Thanks for creating Batman.
If you didn't know, Eric, Joe Gilia actually inked the first comic that was the first appearance of Poison Ivy.
Oh, wow.
Did you know that? So, from Batman number 181 until Uma Thurman portrayed her in the movie. We can thank Joe. We can thank Joe for the movie that was Batman and Robin.
Oh, thank you so much for that.
Nice to meet you. Chill out.
Well, before we start another ice age, let's...
You want to wrap it up, Eric?
Oh, yeah, well, with a heavy heart, I'll wrap this up. Continue to check the Tumblrs and the Twitters and whatnot. We'll still be putting stuff there. We'll still be doing dumb video game move videos if that's your thing.
Yeah, if you want to stay following this channel, we're gonna start uploading videos of us playing video games together. Basically, it's just
but not showing anybody.
Yeah, we record it for our own amusement, but why not just throw it up there? It's basically us talking about stupid shit while playing video games.
It's not much different than this, honestly.
Right. If you're lucky, we may even mention Mary Worth once in a while.
Tease.
Has that got you smacking your lips and salivating? So what do you want to do after this, Eric?
Oh, I don't know.
How about a murder-suicide?
Yeah, that sounds fun. Let's do it.
Cool. I'll load the gun. My name is Sam.
And I am Eric. And remember, everyone, don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened.
And that was your 31 weeks in Mary Worth for what it's worth!
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Sorry I called you dumbasses and jack-offs.
Bye-bye.